We are here. This is the first episode of What Would Denise Do?
It is. Are we recording?
We are recording.
Oh.
It says it in the little corner.
It does.
It's recording.
Hello, viewers.
So you're probably all wondering, who is Denise?
Yes, we are. I know I am. I don't know who she is.
Oh, I was gonna play it out there where you could just kind of like, you have to listen each week because we'll give you a clue.
Yes,
who Denise is.
we will.
But Denise is, for me, a very special deity.
Oh,
nice, right?
Dolly, yeah. I feel like I should get the doilies out when you say things like that. Deity, yeah. I like the fact that you said Denise, like she says it in the royal family. Ooh, Denise, you are with it.
See, whenever I hear Denise, I think of Phoebe from Friends being like, Denise.
Oh, no, I don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Who is she?
Who is
she? She is.
So Denise is someone I feel like we're all a bit of Denise, aren't we?
Yes.
We're all a bit of Denise. Just like we have Karens in the world, and don't get me wrong, like I'm here for the name Karen. Yes, 100%, don't at me. But like, I feel like Denise is, she's that old woman inside you who doesn't really give a fuck, right?
Yes. She is, she's done up to the nines.
Yeah.
Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't worry about what other people think. She'll tell you what she thinks quite straightforwardly.
I like that.
Is that a word? Straightforwardly. It is after 2 bottles of Prosecco.
Fine.
Yeah.
I made up a word earlier on, it's fine.
What did you make up?
I made up, so I was teaching pole. So I'm a pole dance teacher. You're welcome.
Yay.
And I was doing a strength and conditioning class, and I'm all about confidence as well. So I turned it into strength and hang away.
You posted it on Instagram.
No, I need to get this right though. So it's like a mixture of confidence and conditioning, and it was confiditioning, which is a great word. I feel like we should hashtag confiditioning.
I can barely say my own name right now. So how's your week been?
Well, I'm not going to lie, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. For all those who follow our Instagram pages and all the social media like in the world, and like, can we just say like a massive well done to David for literally putting all of that social media together, because I have zero clue what I'm doing.
It's okay.
Like he's just like, he's a wizard. I've just seen him on CapCut. Wizard. Yes. He's amazing. But my week, so I got back from India. I got back on Saturday.
India.
And then I went straight into work. I went straight back to work. And apparently, because I didn't realise jet lag. Like I realised jet lag's a thing.
It is a thing, yeah.
But I didn't realise that kind of it would go on for so long. And apparently I have learned, and you'll know this from your background of like flying here, there and everywhere.
Yes, an international air hostess.
That's it. She's international.
She was international. Miss International Relations, they used to call me. I can't tell you why.
I feel like you're still Miss International Relations. But like I didn't realise that apparently jet lag is for every hour.
Yeah.
It takes a day to recover.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
See, I was like, okay, well, like, I was today years old when I heard it, so this must be about 4 days. I'm 4 days old now.
Well done. Happy birthday.
Thanks. But yeah, I was amazed, because I was just like, there's a reason why I feel so shit. And it was because I'm still jet lagged. But plus I get up at like 6 in the morning and go to bed at like 11. Yeah,
see, when I was flying, I mean, it was part of the job description being jet lagged.
Yeah, see, I don't understand how you do it. Like, how do you cope? Like, so we're going to journey into what it was British Airways. Was it British Airways?
No, it wasn't.
Who were you?
It was a no, It wasn't. It was a famous New Zealand airline.
Okay. I feel like they may have gone bust now because you don't want to say them.
No, Air New Zealand.
Oh.
It's not that hard, darling. Yeah.
But okay, fine. So it wasn't British Airways. That's fine.
Yeah, no. The horses.
Yeah, exactly. And Virgin. I worked there.
Yeah. Hello. How did I get here?
Oh my god! But they're so lovely.
They are.
Like that's who we flew to India with.
Oh. India.
And I feel like we have to say it. I don't know where it's from. But yeah, we flew with Virgin, and it was amazing.
Oh.
And they have this wonder wall It's called. I think it's called a Wonder Wall. It's like not like Wonder Wall as in Oasis.
Yeah.
Like as like you're taking a wander.
Oh.
And basically, it's this area just before you get to first class. So we were premium economy.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
A little bit extra. Got my little champers when I got on, little cushion.
I must tell you my trick for airlines, actually, after this.
Oh, I feel like that's hidden.
Well, it doesn't always work. That's real glass, everybody.
I'm so glad you watched Countdown.
I know. Yes. Real glass. Yes, take sweets on for the crew. That's always one thing. Yeah. It doesn't always work. But if you take sweets on with the crew and say something along the lines of, I know how hard you work, I know it's going to be a long shift or a long flight, whatever, I brought these for you.
What kind of sweets though?
Oh,
if somebody gave me a boiled sweet, I'd be like, no.
Well, something shareable. So if you think you've got crew working in different cabins, so you couldn't just bring on like a bar of chocolate because it'd be like, oh, well,
no,
I'm going to do that.
Like a tin of roses.
And just say, look, I've got friends that are crew or something like that. I know how hard you work. I know it's going to be a long day. Blah 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 blah. And I know you're probably going to have to deal with some idiots. So these are for you. And sometimes you might either get upgraded or you'll just get spoilt, from the bar.
Amazing.
Yes.
So
I've had people that, I've had people
underneath.
Not always, because people used to Air New Zealand. People would always bring sweets. Oh my god, there were so many sweets.
Really?
Yeah, so you wouldn't always do things, but you would certainly look after people. Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, I'm not talking sexual favors or anything like that.
I mean,
it depends.
On my flight, I went on holiday once. I've been on holiday many times. But no, on one flight, I drank the aeroplane dry of white wine.
Right. Well done.
I was pretty hammered.
Yeah.
Everyone else was asleep. And I was just like, why are you all asleep with this free alcohol? Like, and I was in first class. And it was my one and only time that I'm probably ever going to do that. And it was a long haul flight.
Not after this podcast, babes.
Right? Thank you.
You'll be,
yes. Manifest.
Yes.
Manifest that first class flight. But I was sitting there and I was like, this is amazing. And you had a little bed. You laid down in a little bed. It was amazing. I felt like part of the One World Alliance. And literally was drinking. And then my friends went to sleep and I was just like, right. And so they came up to me and they're like, I'm really sorry, sir. You finished the white wine. And I turned around and I was like, okay. And they were like, what would you like? And I was just like, well, let's get started on the red wine. And whilst you're at it, I'll grab his number as well.
Oh.
Grab the air steward's number. It was a very, very happy holiday. That's what I'm going to put out there. I'm
just like going into my geeky moments here, like thinking, what aircraft were you on for you to be able to drink it dry?
British Airways.
No, but like which plane were you on? With like a 747 or?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it a big one?
Girl, I get on the plane. Literally, I get on the plane.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll turn left. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll turn right.
Yeah.
But but this one, I think it was like 7.
And you drank them dry.
Literally, white wine.
Suppose you went on a drip by the time you got off.
I don't remember Miami Airport.
Well, that's understandable.
That's all I'm going to put out there. I don't remember Miami Airport.
Right.
But I had fun.
Well, I mean, the question is, what would Denise do?
I feel like Denise would have done exactly the same thing.
Yes. Anyway, let's talk about the topics.
Okay, so we put out a little thing, didn't we, on Instagram?
We did.
A couple of people got in touch with us of just like what we should be talking about.
Yes.
And kind of like ideas of what we should bring to the podcast.
Yes. And also funny-ish tales of our own based on what they'd suggested.
Fabulous, which we've also got as well.
Yeah, we have. So the first one is the funniest walk of shame.
Oh, Christ, you're going right in, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm not messing about,
seriously, we had some others, and I was just like, well,
the other one is the Greg's go-to, but we can talk about that later.
See, that would have been nice for me to like.
Oh, come on, well, let's ease you in gently, babes.
So we're going.
What's your Greg's go-to? When you go to Greg's, what do you want? Do you want a hot sausage in your pastry? Do you want your horn filled with cream?
Oh, Jesus.
Do you want your donut filled with jam?
My God, have you just been writing these down?
No, this is
This is amazing. I love it.
Yeah. Do you want your pasty filled with meat?
I do like a meat-filled pasty. But it's got to be full. Do you know what I mean? Like I can't be doing
bursting.
Yeah, like do you know what I mean? Like I want to be, like I want to feel that meat.
You want to feel that meat bursting against the pastry.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like the pastry's almost bursting with.
So it's bubbling over.
You know? It's too late to quit, isn't it? Like we're too far down the road, aren't we?
We're fingers deep, babes. Let's just keep going. It's good.
So I think for Greg's, have you ever tried? And I know it's going to sound really boring, like one of their chicken mayonnaise baguettes.
Oh my God. Are you going to become a librarian as well? That's really fucking boring.
It just so happens I have some books. Nigella Lawson.
Yeah, well, that's only because you've got the mic stood on it, bitch.
It's a very good mic stand, as well as a good chef. So I normally get a chicken mayo baguette.
Right.
It's very tasty.
I'm very underwhelmed right now.
No, but you have to look at it like it's like the chicken and the bread and the mayonnaise ratio, and then they've got like a little leaf in there. But Greg's knew, they understood the assignment. Okay? They didn't put any salad in their sandwiches.
Right.
It was just like
just a wet lettuce.
But we're Greg's. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna go soggy, right? It's like the lettuce that was like compared to what's her face, that prime minister that we had.
Oh. Liz Truss.
That's her.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the lettuce. It basically looked like that. So at the end of like her tenure, there was.
So it was about 8 weeks old.
Exactly. It was 8-week-old lettuce. Greg's decided, do you know what? We'll buy it in. We'll put it in our chicken mayonnaise sandwiches. It did all right. They have that, and then I get my sausage roll, and then I get a steak bake as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fat bastard when it comes to
No, I don't blame you on that, because I certainly don't have any portion control when it comes to food. But for me, it would be a corned beef pasty, but I don't know if they do them down here.
Corned beef pasty?
A corned beef pasty. Honestly, and they're hotter than the sun, so you've got to wait for like about a week for them to cool down. But up north, corned beef pasty every time.
Do you know, and please tell us if you are a corned beef fan. You're the only person, as well as my grandmother,
right,
who loves corned beef.
Is she northern?
She's Irish.
Oh, no.
So I feel like corned beef was like a really big thing, kind of like when you were rationing.
I'm not that old. I'm only 50.
When I had it in my head, I was just like, he's definitely going to go for like the Asian. No, like corned beef was just like, it was
cheap. That's why. In a good way. Corned beef hash, corned beef pasties, corned beef sandwiches, corned beef. Have you ever had a corned beef sandwich?
I love a corned beef sandwich.
Bread, butter, corned beef, ketchup, bread.
Oh, no, why are you putting ketchup in it?
It's got to be done.
No.
It's got to be done.
No.
I've been known to come back from Morrison's or any other available supermarkets, and just get corned beef out the packet and squirt ketchup on and shove it in my chops. Don't
stop drinking when you were like, one.
Yeah. So that's my Greg's go-to, is a corned beef pasty, if they did them. If not, I would like my sausage rolled.
When I tell you my personal trainer was the hottest thing known to man, and I don't care if he listens to this, like, shout out to him. He was amazing.
What's his name?
I can't tell you that.
Oh.
Do you know what? I'll tell you his first name. His name is Tony. And
Tony sounds like a builder.
And he was Italian, and he was built.
Tony
was built. And do you know what? He made me go to the gym. He made because when I knew that I was going to see him, I was just like, yes.
Is that a euphemism when he made you go to the gym?
What does that mean?
Like does it mean something else? He made you go to the gym. Ooh.
No, but just in case he does listen,
hello,
there was
Tony.
No special time that I had Tony where I thought about you.
Was he Tony Italian with an accent? Like,
oh my God, he was proper.
Was that all right, mate? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I was just about to say Croydon massive, but that's because I used to live in Croydon.
So he was Italian, but he had a South London accent.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was fabulous.
Is that grazie?
Yeah, but I don't know. He had a hint of sophistication around him.
Oh.
And I was just like,
I'm confused. That and Croydon together.
No.
Does that go in the same sentence?
Apparently it does.
Oh.
Apparently, if you talk to my family, it does. They are from Croydon and they are sophisticated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to funniest walks of shame. We've done Greg's.
You're so eager to know.
I do. I want to know your story. I want to know your story.
Funniest walk of shame. Well, the thing is that I am.
Don't try and preamble it.
I just
get to the point.
No, let's go with yours first.
I don't even know if I've got one. If I've got a walk of shame that I can remember. I can remember. Oh gosh, I can remember the funniest thing I've done to get out of a date, but I don't know if I can remember my funniest walk of shame.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I arranged to meet this guy. We were chatting online and all that bollocks. And
what did you have in your day?
What did I what?
Obviously, Grinder. What did you have in your day?
I don't know. I think he sent his carrier pigeon over or some smoke signals or something. I don't even know. It would have been a website back then. Christ.
Plenty of fish.
No, it wasn't that. It was probably like Gaydar.
Okay.
I don't even know if that still exists. Anyway, so I arranged to go on this date, and I get down to Brighton, and we're outside this restaurant. I can't remember which one it was. And he walks around the corner, and when you just know it's when you know when you know it's a no.
Okay.
It was a no.
What was
it? Was just, oh my gosh. How do I say this without sounding like a judgmental twat? It was just the whole vibe.
Okay.
The whole vibe was just giving me drip.
I think it's,
and I don't mean like moist. I mean like just like a bit of a drip. And he was lovely, but it was a no from me. So he walked around the corner and said, "Oh, hi." So we go into the restaurant and we were supposed to have a drink. And then he said, "Oh, I think we should get something to eat." And I was just like, "Well, I'll just have a drink, thanks." I think I was only drinking Coke. And I just thought, this is, if he wants to go for food, and I just was like, I can't cope with this. I need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, my phone's ringing." And I pretended it was ringing and it wasn't. And I went outside and I was talking into my phone to nobody.
What were you saying?
I was just pretending to have a conversation. I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure. In clear view of the window, the restaurant.
The restaurant.
2 bottles in. And I had been on standby earlier that day with work when I was still flying. And I went in there and said, "Oh, I'm going to have to go. I've been called into work."
Oh my God.
And he was like, "I thought your standby finished." And I was like, "So did I. I totally got it wrong."
What does standby mean?
So you'll be on standby from I don't know, 6 a.m. until 2 p.m.
Okay.
And then if somebody calls in sick for a flight, they'll call somebody a standby. Yeah. So you've got to go to work. And the minimum call out usually is about 90 minutes. So you've got to be there within 90 minutes.
Oh my God.
Minimum. Yeah. And he was like, "I thought your standby finished." I was like, "Well, so did I." And I said, I'm so sorry, I'm really going to have to go. Well, and that was it, I left. But the sense of relief, I know I feel really bad.
No.
But I just couldn't subject myself to that. So I left and I just felt so much better. But he did message me afterwards and say, if you didn't want to stay, you could have just said.
Oh my God, he knew.
I think he picked up on it, yeah. I know, I feel really bad for that. That's the only time I've ever done anything like that before. I think the only thing I think about walks of shame is seeing people go to work.
Okay, so what constitutes, or what is the definition of a walk of shame?
I think it's returning home from the night before. It doesn't necessarily mean you've been and had sex with somebody or anything like that. Well, it could be, but it's any, if a walk of shame to me could be you've got out on the piss or whatever with your mates and you've stayed at your mate's house and then you've walked home. That to me would be a walk of shame.
Okay.
But I think the definition of that would be you've gone out and shagged somebody and then you've walking home in the same clothes you had on the night before.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't, there's nothing memorable that sticks out.
So I've got 2, maybe 3.
Oh, Christ, okay. Shit.
Mary, please don't be listening. Mary's my mother.
I feel like I should have brought a notepad and a pen.
Honestly, this is the thing that encyclopedias and books will be written about me in a really bad way. Things not to do. Don't put it's up your bum.
No, don't. A public health announcement, please don't do that.
So the one that springs to mind, which is probably the most well-known one, I think, within my friendship group.
Right.
I don't know if I've told you, actually.
I don't think you have.
Was it Silent Witness?
No.
Okay. So.
No one died, I hope.
No.
Not on this occasion.
Not on this occasion. But
he was still breathing when I left.
Literally. So picture it. We are, I think it's 2011.
I thought you sounded like Sophia from the Golden Girls there. I was Sicily, 1978.
Literally.
Go on.
It's about that far away. So it's 2011.
I like how you know the year.
Yeah, well, I left uni.
Oh, well, okay.
And I was just about to start work. And London was basking in sunshine. It was fabulous.
Okay? Oh, you're building the picture.
Honestly, I really want you to be there.
Right. And I'm okay. Really, let me just get in the zone. So it's hot, it's sweaty.
I was a young homosexual. I was just like, do I wear a vest?
You never told me you were gay.
Right? You're welcome. What's it under the bum?
The banana. But anyway.
Right? So it's hot. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like and I was like, I said to my friend, let's go up. No, let's go out. Let's go up. Hello. I was just like, let's go out. And she was just like, okay. So I spent ages getting ready and it was perfect. It's a great night. And we went up to Leicester Square. Now, before I became a personal trainer, I didn't realise how important water was to you and how much you should drink water.
Right.
So I got severely dehydrated because apparently when you're drinking gin and tonic water is not actually like water.
Okay.
Right? Which
thank
you. This is what I was under. I was under the impression
it would help
water in the name.
Okay.
It would be fine. So I was drinking gin and whatever. And I used to have the most amazing and favourite American fried chicken shop.
Right.
On Charing Cross Road.
Right.
It was fabulous. Okay. And you'd go in there and they would give you the best chicken. It wasn't the best chicken, but they would give you the best chicken in my drunken state. And
you believed it to be chicken?
It was succulent. It
wasn't barking at you, was it?
No, definitely wasn't chicken though.
Right, okay.
But it was succulent. It was everything that you'd want from American fried chicken.
How does this lead into a walk of shame?
Stay with me. So I was just like, mate, we need to go to the American fried chicken shop. Like, we need it. Like, the night's finished. I was just like, it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
who's the mate?
We don't talk about her anymore. Like, she's.
Can we, when we just for a homosexual thing, we often say she when we mean
it's an actual she.
It's an actual female,
she.
Right? Okay.
And I'm here for women. I'm here for women. But what she did was just like, no, it's not okay. Anyway, so I went to the American fried chicken shop. It was closed.
Oh.
It was closed.
Well, that's disappointing.
Disappointing is not the word, David. I was devastated.
Right. Were there tears shed?
There were no tears shed, but there was frustration. There was anger. Okay, there was all kinds of emotions going on. So
was there a definite clenching of the butt cheeks?
There was everything. There was clenching of fists. There was lashing of mouths, of teeth. It was everything.
Right.
And then I just turned around and was just like, I'm going to wait until it opens.
What?
So I sat down on the ground and I waited.
What time of the night was this?
3 o'clock in the morning.
And so you were going to wait till like lunchtime?
Whenever it opened, I was there.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the next thing I remember, I was being woken up by 2 police officers.
As you do.
And I was lying flat on the ground, face down, and there was a commuter stepping over me.
Nice.
It was 8 o'clock in the morning, and the police officer was just like, are you okay? And I was just like, the chicken shop was closed. And he was just like, I think you might need to go home now. And I was just like, I will get there. Just give me time. And I stood up, fell over, and then continued to walk on. And I was severely dehydrated, severely hungover, had to try and get home. There was commuters everywhere. It was 8 o'clock on a Monday morning in busy London.
Classy.
Yeah. And I was in the night, like clothes from the night before. I looked like an absolute, like, disaster.
Right. I was hoping there was going to be like some sex involved. I thought there was going to be.
Next one.
Oh, okay.
So, and I was just like, what is that sound? And then I was just like, oh, God, it's the church.
Oh.
I
thought you meant coming from you. I just had a squelching sound in my mind.
Yeah. No, that was when I got home. But, no, so I was like, okay, like I was just like, I was wearing these short shorts. Like,
right,
I
okay.
looked like a hoe. Like,
right, okay. Good for you.
Yeah, like I was enjoying my outfit the night before, maybe not so much on the Sunday morning. So I knew that I had to walk past the church and I had to walk past Morrison's as well to get home. So I literally was walking past and it was 9 o'clock in the morning, church had just finished, and I had to walk through, I would probably say about 50 people aged 70 and above.
Right.
In short shorts. through this tiny, tiny little kind of like village road.
Yeah.
And then on the other side was everybody going to Morrison's with their families, with their kids. So there was me just dressed like a full-on hooker walking through all of them.
Nice.
And I've never heard so many old women saying, oh my God, what is he wearing? That's disgusting and disgraceful. And part of me left that situation being like, I can never come back here again.
Right.
And I can never go to Morrison's, hence I've got my Tesco's club card.
Yes.
And then the other part of me was just like, should I just turn back round and walk back through them?
Well, I mean, there is always the option, but then there's, you know, it could be a bit awkward.
Why?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be really. Just give them something else to look at.
All I could think of, like, in that situation, when I look back on it, is now, do you remember, did you ever watch Sex and the City, the movies?
Yes.
So did you see the second one?
Yes.
And it's a terrible, terrible scene. That movie, like, I love Sex and the City.
Right.
Terrible movie. I think everyone probably...
That was dreadful.
Yeah.
Absolutely dreadful.
But you know when Samantha's just like, I have condoms. That's how I felt.
Right.
Like, I just felt like I was...
anyway, in the market. So. Yeah.
Walking through the old people, just being like, meh, I've had gay sex.
Yeah.
See you later, whilst I burn. And just kind of like ash and everything.
Yeah, but I'm sure half of them will probably sit there with their love eggs in anyway.
Is your ideal date like a corned beef, like...
Corned beef pasty holding hunk?
And then sex?
I don't know if I'd have a corned beef pasty on a date.
Guys, if anyone's out there wants to take on a date,
she's single. She's single and ready to mingle, and she loves corned beef.
There you go. Oh my God, do you know how many? Literally, it's going to be one of those things where you get boxes of corned beef turning up at your doorstep.
That's fine by me, as long as it's in ketchup as well.
Okay. Also, just FYI, have you seen that thing in the Sun newspaper years ago, where that man stuck his dick in a Greggs sausage? I think it was a Greggs sausage roll or a steak bake, and he burnt his bell end.
Didn't he try and take Greggs to court for that?
I think so.
What a tit.
But then this, I literally sat there and I was just like, okay, like if he's done that, what have other people done?
Yeah.
Right? So I Googled what other people have done.
What, stuck the willies in?
Or just in general, like just kind of like down in that region, like what have they done?
Down in that region. Down in Croydon. What have they done in Croydon?
South London region. And there was this man who shoved a load of what's-its up his bum.
Why?
Don't know. But the thing is that I don't feel like you should question why they did it. Obviously, like you're sitting there and you're just like,
I know, but I'm just thinking, what's it?
And you're like, like it goes in my mouth, but do you think it can fit up my bum?
Yeah, but what happens when it goes in your mouth? It just crumbles, doesn't it? What's the point of that? Like, if you're going to put something up your bum, sorry, Mum, but it needs to be something, you know, a bit more substantial, a bit more robust.
Robust. I think the word is robust. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to, like, you know, if you're going to go for a what's it, or say like a banana.
Well, skin on.
Skin on the banana. Skin on that could be very messy. That could be really messy, couldn't it?
Well, you just need something a bit more solid. What's it? No. What else did you find out there?
Like a chorizo ring. Shove that up there.
Oh.
Now we're just talking about things that shove up the bum. Okay, so we have social media, right?
Right, okay.
Do you ever go back to those people and find out what they're doing?
The only time I've ever done that, chink chink. No, the only time I've ever done that was to one of my school bullies.
Interesting.
Yeah. I thought, I wonder what Anthony Kane's doing right now.
God, you went in there with that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not messing around. He made my life hell at school. I took great pleasure in the fact that he looked like he'd suffered several car accidents on his face. He hadn't. He was just ugly as sin.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you think I'm going to have to mute and like cut this out?
A little bit.
Okay, so yeah, he had a face like a bashed up cauliflower. And I think he was inside for dealing in heroin.
Exactly. But I love the fact that you knew that he was inside for dealing heroin. So he's obviously posting from inside of prison.
It was just his, I don't know if he was in prison at the time when I looked at him up on Facebook. But that was just his profile picture. And God, he was
in prison.
Well, I don't know if he was in prison when he put his profile picture on there, but
Can you imagine just taking a selfie?
Yeah. I mean, might have been sitting in between sentences. I don't know, but it was just nice to see him grow into the version of his soul.
Wow, that is deep. Someone growing into the version of their soul. Okay.
Yeah. So ugly as sin.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's deep. I'm really scared about what you'll say about me behind my back. Like, no.
So what we need, I feel, for future episodes is some topics, some dilemmas to solve, because we do really need to bring a bit more of Denise into it. What would Denise do? Well, so there you go.
So I think what we're going to do is we'll set up an email.
We will.
And you can email everything of like your dilemmas of what you're going through, what dark rooms you've been in.
Or you can message us on the socials at What Would Denise?
Yes. And just kind of get involved. We want this to be a podcast that's not just about us two having a good old giggle
and getting shit-faced.
But actually kind of like, we want to hear your stories. We do. Hear from you.
Because we do want to, expand on those topics and get Denise involved a bit more, I feel.
What plans for the week?
Nothing exciting. Back to the gym, I feel.
Okay.
She's got to work the girls. Training for the London to Brighton. You can sponsor me on my Instagram profiles. Yes, she's all linked. Thanks. Trying to raise 350 quid.
LinkedIn.
She's LinkedIn. No, God, no. LinkedIn. Christ. No. Yes, so do follow me on my socials and you can sponsor me there. Thank you very much. Yes.
Very good course.
Other than that, just work, babes.
Anyway, I feel like that's what's going to happen with Denise. It's just like people
are going to unfold.
Denise. Like, is it Mary? Is it Val? We just don't know.
No.
Who is Denise?
Who is Denise? Well, she's my plant, is what she is. Come on. Don't roll your eyes. That's the name. That's where the name came from.
Denise.
Denise.
She's growing so many leaves.
She is growing so many. Oh, we did bring her in the room. I forgot about that. Thought she was still on the winter ledge. She's there. Hey, love. Got any trips? Is that it? Oh, we don't know. We finished. Should we order a pizza?
That sounded like the Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Oh.
Merry Christmas. Yoko.
Oh, Yoko.
So it's Christmas.
Controversial.
Clever.
Yeah. Well positioned.
Aren't we all?
Flexible. Oh, I'm not. I can barely touch my toes, love.
So join me, Dominic.
And me, David.
As we ask everybody and ourselves, which we probably shouldn't do, what would Denise do? Get in touch, drop us an email, get in touch with our socials, and literally come and join us for all the fun that is What Would Denise Do?